back in November, the Titans dominated their first matchup against the Texans. Can Houston avoid the sweep? The answer comes your way next on EA Sports.
Well, days like these is why you have retractable roofs, and we've got an open one on a gorgeous afternoon for football at NRG Stadium in Houston. Today, it's a good matchup in the AFC South between the Tennessee Titans and the Houston Texans. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Texans taking over offensively, and it is, of course, Deshaun Watson who leads them out at quarterback.
And no excitement, unless you're on the defensive team of last week, in his numbers. Because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown pass.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So, I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win? When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle it, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
On 2nd down, Gordon once more. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Third and 2, Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. After the interception, here's Tannehill. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And this is taken in at the 5. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play that time for the Titans. 1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. To throw is Tannehill. And he's got it. And he's in for the score. And his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. 1 play, 2 plays, touchdown. That's all it took there. A very short and sweet drive that got him in the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Set to take over again, Deshaun Watson and this Texans offense. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff. This is Gordon. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. These two teams faced off earlier in the year, right around mid-season, back in Week 9. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. On second down, Gordon once more. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. A shotgun snap for Watson. And that's complete to Cooks. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
They'll run on first down, Edmonds. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
There goes a deep ball, end zone, and incomplete on the deep ball.
I see what they were trying to do there, trying to find some dead space in the middle of the field and take their shot right there. A really good idea, but it winds up incomplete.
Now a man open down the middle of the field, and he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 15-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
On 2nd and 12, Watson. That's caught left side, Myers with it. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
Brings up 3rd and 2. Right there, 54, right there.
Now it's Watson. And it's caught. Touchdown. Jacoby Myers. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will tie our score here this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails because he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Chase Young just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. These two teams all tied after 1. Throwing on 2nd and long. Tannehill, open receiver. That's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. A first down carry for Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. Coming up on 2nd and 7. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. Runs over him and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
I remember watching Derrick Henry come out of Alabama and sitting with some scouts, and one of the debate points with him was, while at Bama, how often did he have to deal with contact near the line of scrimmage? They were so good up front that he often got to the second level pretty easily. I think he's starting to answer those questions with runs like that. He's a physical guy.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Tannehill.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Desmond King picks it.
And the Texans are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Nice run defense presented there, and what I mean by that is discipline. Guys filling the right gaps in the right holes, no one over-pursuing, and making a very nice play.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, Watson.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away.
Oh, and he's taken down here by his face mask by the looks of it. And a penalty flag is going to give him much better starting position.
So tug on the face mask, and that's going to cost him 15 yards.
And sometimes it'll go unnoticed, but that one, pretty obvious for everyone to see.
A give to Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
8 yards to go on 2nd down.
A shotgun handoff to Henry.
Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans.
And partner, let me make a quick pivot here. Season winding down. They're number 32 in offense this year. The last in the league. Where do they go?
Anywhere and everywhere, but they have to do it with a plan. And I think about Atlanta a bunch of years ago. They decided they wanted to get what they thought was going to be a franchise quarterback, and indeed he is, Matt Ryan. But they had to supplement it. They went free agency, got a running back, came back and traded back into the 1st round in the same draft to get a left tackle to protect him. Really supplemented that pick, complemented that pick, and went to the playoffs the very next year.
Well, maybe they can use that and carbon copy it. The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Watson. It's caught left side by Cooks.
And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
To the air yet again, Watson. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Myers.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
7 yards, the pick up there.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 37. Here's Watson. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Schultz. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Same result as last play, 14 yards and another first down. Back to throw, Watson. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Another try after the first down sack. Watson. He finds his target. It's Schultz. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Throwing on third down, Watson. Throw left side complete. That's Schultz. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That last throw moves him past 27,989 yards for his career. So that means he moves ahead of the blonde bomber, Terry Bradshaw, on the all-time list.
And boy, he loved to throw it downfield, didn't he? That's why he was the blonde bomber. Remember, he'd throw it downfield to John Stallworth and Lynn Swann. It was gorgeous. Big throws, big plays. Terry Bradshaw.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's second and goal. Watson. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Third and goal from the 2, and they're going with a jumbo set offensively. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And Gordon's going to be stopped short. And, Johnson dinged up a bit. Still down. Hopefully nothing serious. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. The kick by Carlson is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Titans going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. A.J. Brown, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Titans are going to retake the lead. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
And that ball traveling 68 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 14-10. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field.
Oh, Edmonds has it knocked loose. And that might be Titan football. It is. obviously you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free. That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
This will go to Henry out wide. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. Here's Tannehill. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
And this one is right through. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense.
Oh, trying to gauge the sun, and he muffs it. So we reach halftime here with the visiting Titans taking the lead into intermission. As we send you on, we now proceed to the start of the second half.
These two clubs running through their final halftime adjustments. It's just about time to get back at it. And for the call of the second half, we go back out to Houston, H-Town, and Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunity.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. After the interception, here's Watson. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And the Titans are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Tannehill and the Titans come up now first and 10 at their own 21. He'll start with a give to Henry, fighting him off. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 45 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. Derrick Henry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
And he gets it down to the 32.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
We got this.
He had his eyes on the end zone once he hit the secondary, but they're finally able to slow him down.
Yeah, and I've got to look at this one from the defensive point of view. You just mentioned finally able to slow him down. They've got to figure out a way to make that at the point of attack, at the line of scrimmage, because once he gets through, he's shredding them.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
And, Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Henry again. And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his. Austin McGinnis out for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. So that drive goes 8 plays. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And last time, 1-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive.
And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off around the 27. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. Houston's offense taking over again. And they gave up the pick 6. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score. I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Watson. That's caught by Myers. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Watson, he finds his man, complete. That's Schultz. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Watson looks to throw again. He finds his man, complete. That's Schultz. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
He finds his man, complete. That's Schultz. That catch good for only a couple.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because He really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Watson on third down. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
The kick by Carlson is good, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Derrick Henry and the rest of the Titans offense about ready to roll again.
He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the one touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the third quarter. Back now in Houston. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They'll run on first down. It's Henry. Whoa! It still won't go down.
131 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And finally out of bounds all the way down at about the 2. A big play that time for the Titans. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Henry.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. And now they're in the hurry-up. Second down and goal. Tannehill. Flushed out right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's a good decision there. He was looking, and he was looking, but the coverage was excellent. Nice job to get rid of it and try and find something better on 3rd and goal. He didn't let that clock accelerate and force him into an error.
Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry.
Excellent work there to get in on the touchdown run. And the Titans look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Point after, right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Houston set to take over.
And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Watson's throw complete into the hands of Schultz here.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their fourth pick of the game. Instead, second down. Again, it's Watson. And Cooks has it over the middle. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. The Texans on third down. Now, they've converted 7 times and could use another right now. Here it's 3rd and 3. Watson now to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. He'll get it to the 40. Broke a tackle there to get some extra yardage. 140 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. 3 yards remain for second down. Again, it's Henry. Wiggles free. Oh, he bowls over him. And he gets it down to the 32. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Russell Gage, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Titans extend this 4th quarter lead, and they are getting closer and closer to win number 11. Extra point right down the middle, and that will extend this big lead. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And that's complete to Cooks. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They'd go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
On 1st down, it's Watson. He finds his man, complete. That's Schultz. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now a throw here, hauled in. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And the here will come at the 38-yard line. On second and very short, Watson. He'll swing that out to Edmonds. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Titans will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. These two teams met in Nashville earlier in the year with the Titans coming away victorious. So a win here in Houston would give them the season sweep. Throwing now, Tannehill. He dumps it off for Henry. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it. But it looked like the Titans were able to recover, and indeed they will keep possession of the ball. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. Tannehill throwing again. Offensively, another big chunk of yardage, Charles, but defensively, they had all this talk about trying to limit explosive plays. They have not been able to do that.
They discussed it all week, but they haven't been able to execute it at all, haven't been able to find a way to...
And this is caught, and he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big connection on that one, and even 40 yards. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves.